has even traveled to Baghdad and has endured the usual pillaring by the tabloid press, but he is undefeated and determined. Tony Benn.
Comrades, I want to start by talking to the Metropolitan Police. Do not tell lies about the size of this demonstration. Because if the police expect us to believe them when they give evidence in court, let them give true evidence about the enormity of this demonstration and the demonstrations that are taking place all over the country. And I address the same remark to the British Broadcasting Corporation. We pay our license fee to hear the truth from them, and we do not want them to ignore or distort or deny the size of the popular movement for peace in this country. Now, I think it's nearly 3 weeks since the war began, and I think for a lot of people who may not have been involved at all before the war began, the high-tech glamour of the weapons systems that we hear about day after day after day, that glamour is beginning to wear off. Because every one of those tornadoes, or every one of the Buccaneers, or the Jaguars, or the missiles we see on our screen are carrying death and destruction to innocent people who have nothing whatever to do with Saddam Hussein's occupation of Kuwait. There is a massive loss of life by innocent people, and I include among the innocent people the young British and American servicemen who have been sent to the Gulf in order to do that work for President Bush and for Mr. Major and others. Another group of people are coming into our movement, and they are those who care about the environment of our planet. And the Green Party from the beginning, and I give them full credit, have emphasized time and again that this is a war for resources, and we have seen the great oil slick that may take 20 years to clear, and that's before the oil fields themselves are burned or set on fire by bombing. The war is already spreading. Israel, Jordan, Iran, Turkey, these are countries now in effect a part of the war. And as that war spreads, it will of course go further to the whole Islamic and Arab world. Because whatever people may think about the wrongful occupation of Kuwait, there is no doubt this is seen by the Arab and Islamic world as an attempt to reimpose Western control over their region in the interests of power and oil. And even if chemical and biological weapons are not used, which they may very well be, every time that they bomb a chemical factory or bomb a nuclear reactor, that releases poisons into the atmosphere. And the war goes much wider than that too, because in Britain, in America, and everywhere, a great hatred is being released into our societies. A hatred, a nationalism, a fundamentalism, which it will take a generation or more to eradicate. Democratic debate in Parliament has been virtually stifled by the creation of an all-party coalition committed to war, which I totally and completely reject, and I believe we do too. Those who control the mass media, which pour out a ceaseless stream of news and comment glorifying war, have degenerated into a willing mouthpiece of the Ministry of Defense. And those who take our view are regularly denounced as futile or treacherous. Some important religious leaders on both sides have invoked God to justify the war, which they have the arrogance to describe as a holy war or a just war, as if the Almighty was always on call to bless any bloodshed in any conflict which the bishops or the mullahs or the imams believe to be right. The United Nations has been completely bypassed, and Resolution 678 has now become a sheriff's star that British and American forces can wear, authorizing them to remain in the Middle East until they are satisfied that peace and security has been preserved. And the General Assembly and the Security Council and the Secretary General have no part in it. But despite all that, and I have mentioned the difficulties, millions and millions of people in Britain, in America, in Europe, and especially in the Third World, are totally opposed to the war and want to see, as I do, as we do, a new world order devoted to peace, to social justice, to an end of racism, to development, to human rights and disarmament. And if you want to know what our task is, my friend, it is to ally ourselves with those forces worldwide, to work to awaken British people to the truth of what is happening, to stir the consciences of our fellow countrymen and women and everyone from many countries who lives here. Because the one thing I can tell you with confidence, having stood on many platforms at many occasions when we were told what we were saying was hopeless, is that if you keep at the pressure, any government or political party will have to change its policy. And that is what we are about. Good luck. Thank you very much.
North America, is it really worth destruction of humanity, destruction of the earth? Why not take the opportunity and finally give birth to a world of peace and love? Hey, stop the killing, stop the war right now. Stop the killing, stop the war right now. Stop the killing, stop the war right now, and let us live in peace. I have seen the candles burning in the hearts of just a few. The number is increasing, look at me and look at you. Who says it doesn't matter what you think and what you do? The truth will set us free. Oh, stop the killing, stop the war.